welcome to my everyday. Today I'm doing a video that's been requested quite a bit and that I've promised here and there to a few people, and that is that I've been trying out some Dollar Tree makeup, and so I thought that I would now break it down and give you guys a review on the items that I have tried and what I think of them. So I should start off by saying that pretty much everything I have on my face right now is Dollar Tree makeup, other than my brow powder, my eyeliner, and my mascara. They are all items that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. So let me just get started and let you know what it is that I've been using, that I've been trying, and what I think of it. So first off, I picked up this LA Colors liquid makeup in one of my hauls a little while back. I did keep the packaging just because I find that with most makeup, but especially cheaper makeup, if you get rid of the packaging, then you have absolutely no way of knowing what the ingredients are. So this is the makeup here. As you can see, I have been trying it quite a bit. There's quite a bit missing here. It has a little pump, so when you pump it out, this little part raises up, which is great because you don't actually waste a lot of product. So the product comes up with you, and so then you know exactly how much you have left and none of it is stuck in the bottom. I should say that when I originally purchased this, I went to go and try it and the pump actually didn't work. I actually took it apart and there was nothing that was helping this move up. Took it into Dollar Tree, let them know, and they just let me grab another one. So this is the one that I got. It is in the color BLM 310 Natural. I have to say it is a little bit dark for my skin tone. So I have been playing around with it. I have worn it just as is and did find that I looked like my face did not match my neck and a little bit dark. I also did try mixing it with the concealer, which I found light, and I'll talk about that in a minute, and I found that that helped. So anyway, this is the pump then. I will show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. That's what it looks like when it comes out. So it is a really nice consistency. It's not runny. It definitely has the potential for some good coverage. One thing that I found is I did try different ways to put it on. I do prefer to put my foundation on with a flat top stipple brush, which is how I used it most of the time. I did try using my Real Techniques applicator sponge and found that when I used that, it was very sheer and it didn't give me the amount of coverage that I wanted. So I found that I would have to build it up, which was then the other issue that I have. I found that it was a little bit on the oily side for my skin. I have normal to combination oily skin, so I did find when I put it on right away that it looked very I guess luminous is the word, and that's a good thing if you have dry skin, but if you already have skin that is kind of wet looking and prone to oiliness, I wouldn't really recommend this. But all in all, it's not terrible if you are on a very tight budget or unable to splurge or even afford a drugstore brand foundation. I think that this is perfectly fine. If, again, you are not prone to breakouts or have oily skin, I thought that it was okay. I probably will not continue to use it just because, again, it is a little bit dark for my skin, and I found that it definitely felt a little bit, I don't want to say thick because it wasn't thick, just that oily feeling on my skin. It kind of felt wet, and sometimes I do wear glasses, so then I found that I was getting like that slippery, oily nose feeling when I was wearing it. So that's how I felt about the LA Colors liquid makeup. I also picked up this Mariposa high definition concealer, and opposite to the liquid makeup, the foundation, I found that it was quite light for my skin, but it did blend in quite nicely. It wasn't overly runny. It wasn't overly thick. It did, however, have a very strong perfumey makeup smell, and normally that would be okay if you're not sensitive to makeup. It's not a horrible smell. It's just your typical dollar store makeup perfumey smell. I don't know what they're trying to hide. But one thing that I noticed this morning when pulling it out of my drawer is that all of the makeup that is in the drawer that this was in now has that kind of perfumey makeup smell, just the packaging, just from it being in there. So if you are sensitive to scent, then I would probably stay away from this. But all in all, as an under eye concealer, I did not find that it was bad. I am wearing it today, and I did use it blended in with the liquid makeup, with the foundation, to give me more of a more balanced color for my skin tone. So when I blended them together, I actually really liked them together. I also found that this is not oily, so it helped this along. So I would recommend it for somebody who just wants like a nice under eye concealer. It's not really great for correcting any kind of problem areas. I have been testing out quite a few different things in the last week or so, so I have been getting some breakouts that I don't normally get, and I don't know if it's the makeup or some of the new facial creams that I've been trying. So that's something to keep in mind. Just, I guess, go with your skin if you try it, but for $1 or $1.25, which we pay in Canada, it's absolutely worth it to give it a try if it's going to work out for your skin tone. And we have to be aware that there are some people that just can't afford to pay even the small price of, say, $5 for a concealer or a liquid foundation. So this is really, really great, especially if those people aren't people that wear makeup very, very often and they just need something for sometimes. Again, if you're not used to wearing high-end makeup, you may not notice that much of a difference. It basically would depend on how your skin would react to these. Moving on to the Sassy and Chic Blender Sponge. I have to say that out of all of the products that I tested out, this is the one that I tested out once and did not go back and test out again. I did keep the packaging. Like I said, I like to keep the packaging. So just to prove that I did use it, there's the makeup on it. My biggest problem with it, to be honest with you, is the smell. It has a very, very strong chemical scent. My sister actually was over and I had her smell it, and she hit the nail on the head with the smell. She said it smells like tires, and it does. It's a very strong rubber smell, so it smells like tires, and it is awful. I can't handle this near my face to put my makeup on. Other than the smell though, if it worked great, that would be completely different, but it is very, very hard. I found that it actually worked better dry rather than wet, because I found that when you wet it, it didn't actually make a difference at all. It is not at all similar to a beauty blender. It is not even close to the Real Techniques applicator sponge. So I would not repurchase this. I know there are a lot of people out there who say that for $1, it's worth it and it works fine for them, and that's great, but I can't get past the smell, and I actually don't think that it works very well. So that's my opinion on that. The other product that I tried is the LA Colors pressed powder, and I actually am really happy with this. It comes in a little compact, and the only thing that I'm not happy with is this little, I don't even know what this is. It's like a styrofoamy pad. I guess it's supposed to be your applicator. I kept it just to basically keep it as a barrier from keeping the powder from breaking or from going everywhere. It's really nice. The only thing that I wish that I knew about it is that it's not very translucent, so I probably would have picked it in a lighter color. I picked it up in the color beige, so it is a little bit dark, but I do like it. I have put it in my purse and carried it around. I do like it on days when I am feeling a little bit oily and like I need to just blot. I actually just rub my finger on the powder and then just dab in the areas in which I feel like I'm getting a little bit oily, and I find that it actually helps. So I recommend the LA Colors pressed powder for sure. For $1, for $1.25, I think it's totally worth it to have as a backup, or even as your main one if it's a good match for your skin color. So that's how I feel about that one. The other item that I tried was this LA Colors bronzer, and I actually have this on 2 areas of my face today. I paired it up with a blush on my eyes because I actually didn't have an LA Colors eyeshadow, or basically any eyeshadow that I have purchased at the Dollar Tree. So this is the bronzer here. And I did swatch it before. There's it on my finger. It's very, very pretty. It worked fine on my eyes. I actually found that it worked just fine on my face as well. I don't wear a lot of bronzer, so it was just a little pick-me-up, something that I picked up to just give a try. And I think that it's absolutely fine. So I liked it. The other two items that I tried was the LA Colors blush and then this Cosmic Colors blush as well. The LA Colors blush, I find it to be very, very dry. It is very, very hard to get any kind of pigment off of it. It may go on my finger, but then when I put it anywhere on my skin, it's very, very hard to transfer. Once I did put a brush to it to try and put it on my face, it kicks up a lot of powder. So it's very, very powdery. So I would recommend shielding your face or putting your foundation on afterwards, which is hard because it's a blush. Now this is the one that I did use in conjunction with the bronzer to put on my eyelids. I did use the concealer as an eye primer, so that's probably why I got such a dark pigment. I am also wearing it as the blush today. I actually blended the two of these together. This is the Cosmic Colors blush, and it's not as powdery. It's a little bit creamier, and I actually really like the color. It's a peachy color. It is in the color Flush, and I find that it works just fine. It's not overly pigmented, so you're not going to get a very dark, harsh, clown-looking effect on your face. So I do like that a lot. And going back to the LA Colors blush, it's not bad. I just found that I had to dip my brush in it a little bit more harshly. I definitely had to top it off in order to get rid of any of the powderiness off of it, but it definitely was usable. And then finally, I'm just gonna touch upon two other items. I'm obviously wearing lipstick today, and I wanted to stay fair to LA Colors and the Dollar Tree. So this is the lipstick that I am wearing. This one is in Flushed, and it is the LA Colors Lip Gloss and Lipstick Duo. So this is what the lipstick looks like. This is what the gloss looks like. I have reviewed it before. I have swatched it before, but I just wanted you to know that is what I'm wearing. And then I also have the LA Colors liquid liner, which I am not wearing. I don't typically wear liquid liner. I have tried it. I think it's absolutely fine. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I have heard some people compare it to the e.l.f. liquid liner, which I also have not tried. I just wanted to point out that I did purchase it. I did try it. I thought that it was fine. It was easy to use. It was very nice. It glided nicely. It gave a nice, rich, dark black color. I just don't wear liquid liner very often, so that's actually why I'm not wearing it today. So I just thought that I would point out that I think it's perfectly fine. So again, I'm wearing it on my face. I find when I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder here that I have a bit more of a glow than I usually have. So it definitely feels like the foundation and the concealer are more moisturizing and more prone to oiliness. The LA Colors liquid makeup, the second ingredient is mineral oil, so it is not an oil-free foundation. So that's definitely something to take into consideration. But all in all, I would say that there's absolutely nothing wrong with the Dollar Tree makeup. Again, if you're not somebody who is very, very picky or used to high-end makeup, I think that it's absolutely fine to go ahead and get some makeup at the Dollar Tree. I also think that if you want to save a few dollars, that it is worth it to play around with different colors and try different formulas. If you're someone that doesn't wear makeup very often, if you're someone that's trying out makeup for the first time, absolutely give it a try. It's a really good way to experiment. It's also a really good way to find out maybe what your color tones are, what it is that you prefer. In my case, I know now that, again, liquid liner is not really for me. So it would have really sucked if I had paid $15, $20 for a liquid liner just to find out that it's not really my favorite thing to use. So again, I absolutely would recommend it. I would just say that you have to pick what is best for you. But those are my findings, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I would love any comments that you would like to leave me below, including any other products you might want me to review. And I hope to see you again soon. Talk to you later. Bye.